I also think that we need to participate so that we can reduce the occurrences of systemic racism. It's there. We may not be able to eradicate it, but we can continue to work to build on what the foundation we've created. You represent us and you deliver for us, because we also know that we face obstacles. Who's going to identify and say these people have been doing all this work all this time and they need help? We need help. I want to acknowledge you, although you don't look black, but you've gone through some of the things that we've gone through, either because of your race or because of your mother tongue, your original language, but we have confidence in you that you will be that spokesperson. All of us to please help, come out, make your votes count.
This person came here in 2018. Is Benson in here? Yes, thank
you. Good afternoon, everyone. And that responsibility is your power. 2018, when I came, before I left my country, I'm from Nigeria originally. I was part of the board of an oil and gas company. I was a major stakeholder. At that time, I was a country manager for health, safety, and environment for one of the biggest operations. And when I came in 2018, I felt I made a mistake. And I called back my previous employer. It's a big US company, the second biggest multinational oil and gas servicing company in the world. And I am in Canada, I'm in Alberta. I don't understand why I cannot get a job, I cannot get a transfer with all the referrals. I came with 6 referral letters. And it was still a bit shaky. Towards the end of 2019, I started seeing the difference. Prior to that, we were a group of senior managers. We were 16 that decided to move to Canada. We all came to Alberta. By the end of 2018, 15 of them moved to Ontario because Alberta was nothing. Investors were leaving. They all switched careers to IT and then moved to Ontario. I stayed. And by 2020, the break came, sweet break. And I started monitoring the economy. I started monitoring the policies of the UCP government. And I can tell you today, those 15 guys that left for Ontario, they are back to Alberta. People will come. And that's why Alberta's calling program is bringing more. Is bringing more. And more persons are coming. We can only make this change if you use your power. The biggest undoing we all have is having that power and not using it. And what is that power? Your vote. Very long conversation with Jason Luan, and I hosted him in my house, and I told him, get ready, because the people you will meet, they will kill you with questions. He can testify. And from that meeting, right now, three paperwork, 3 big blueprints are coming out. And I told him, I said, we have professionals among us, doctors, engineers who cannot work, who cannot practice because we are educated somewhere else. And from that conversation, he gave us a solution. That paper is coming out. He gave me the privilege of meeting the Premier. And when I spoke with the Premier for about 3 minutes, she said, "We have done so much. There is so much more to do." The one again in to represent us because he's our voice. And the only way we can participate in government is when you become part of that voice. And that can only happen when you vote. I want you to take your time today, if you have not done so before, go back to the Alberta page and look at the UCP budget for Alberta. Anybody? Has anybody looked at the budget? Go look at the budget. I read through it and I tagged it differently. I don't know what they tagged it, but I tagged it the budget for everyday Alberta. In every single sphere that needs to be touched. And that's the government of representation you want. And that's what Jason Luan stands for. I'm not coming to tell you vote. No. I'm coming to tell you why you need your powers to be heard. Why you need to exhibit, why you need to exercise your strength. We are so many in this community. And the question is, why are we not being heard? The simple answer, you and I don't participate. And when we don't participate, we will never be heard. The time is now. We can only make the changes we want if we come out as a people to show support for the government, to show support for representation, to show support for Jason Luan, and we in turn get heard. One vote can make the difference, and that vote is your vote. But because I want a place where I can make a difference, but because I've proven that in this color there is superiority. Canada, Alberta, no, is when we have that voice. I have 2 votes today. How many votes do you have for Jason Luan? That's a question I want you to ask yourself every day. And every day it's my stand, it's my pledge. I will go out, speak to someone who doesn't understand the politics of Alberta, who doesn't understand why we need to be heard, and I will make them understand they have the powers to make the difference. And together, we can make the difference, elect Jason Luan again, and be heard. Thank you.
Thank you, brother, for asking. How many votes did you bring today? Yes, we're in this room. Ask each other, how many votes did you bring with you today that live in this neighborhood? By the way, sorry for coming late. This is a challenge of time and challenge of dealing with the most vulnerable and marginalized community. Sudanese community is one of the marginalized community here in Calgary, I would say. You here have the qualifications from diploma, degree, master's degree, and PhD. Mostly, the whole world stood up. And I ask again, how many are working in their fields? They all sat down. Honorable, this is a challenge we face as a community of Calgary, as a community of Alberta. Now, when we talk about having marginalized community, it's because of that reason. People that are qualified and they have no way to go through the employment that's needed, as my brother alluded to. Yes, some of these people came with their qualification in Sudan or Ethiopia or other part of East Africa. But some of them, most of them graduated from here in Canada. But still, they couldn't get jobs in their own field. For one, because they don't have networks. For two, the community do not have companies to hire them. So where do they go? Where do they go? And when the community fails, when these people they are hurt, okay? People waste their time going to school and they can't get jobs in their fields, what happens? They end up in robbing center. Do we want more? Is that helpful for the government? For more people to go through mental health and unemployment and become homeless because they don't have jobs and they don't have houses. This is a challenge for most of Black communities. We have a government that is working on empowering us. And our representative, Honorable Jason Luan, thank you for being our voice in the legislature. Thank you for representing us. Thank you for bringing us closer. Now, responsibility goes back to us. What do we need to keep Honorable Jason in his seat and to advocate for him, to keep in the cabinet so that we have voice even better for the next election? Are we ready to do it? Are we all ready to all door knock? How many of us here? Let's go door knock. Yes, brother. I came with 3 goods today. So we have organizations here that are representatives. Organizations that are delivering services and leaders that are delivering the services. The government needs to work with these leaders to deliver the right services so that more people do not go to homeless shelters and have no jobs. Like Umoja and other organizations, Kumkan supporting communities and organizations with research and providing the data for the African or Black communities. But there are no way to go through the root causes of issues that are affecting the communities here in Calgary or in Alberta. But these people, they have the power to go through the grassroots of the communities to deliver those services. What they need is the support to support the government so that the more people are hired, the more taxes we pay, right? That is helping the government. Okay? We don't want more people affected by mental health and go to shelter. We want them to work, empower them, address mental health, youth violence. These youth are our future. We need to help them. We need to mentor them, be a role model to them, connect with youth. And I've seen hands up. My time is up. But I'm passionate about what I'm talking about. So, thank you very much for coming. Let's do this for Jason. Let's do this for our voice in the legislature. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stephen, for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's do it.
And you can tell every single person that has come here is passionate about community building, is passionate about business, is passionate about, the future of our children. And we are fortunate we have somebody who is sympathetic to our cause. And we have today Minister Jason Luan. Like I said, I've known him since August of 2014. I thought when I moved to Calgary, he was hosting Aging in Place, if you remember. And I thought I was going to attend Aging in Place. I ended up organizing. From there, met great people. He's built great people around him. If you see his team, you marvel. And he has given me opportunities to meet people like Jim Prentice, Jason Kenny, and now, I'll be honest with you, Danielle Smith was not my favorite, but I'm getting to know her. She's amazing. He has given me opportunity to sit with them. So what am I saying? The people that are supporting us, let's support them. Every weekend he's out there door knocking. He set it aside to come and be with us. And this wouldn't have been successful if it wasn't for, I shared the vision with Jean-Claude. And Jean-Claude is a community builder who's connected. He reached out, worked with Koto, David Lloyd, Neil, Michael Dickel-Mariam, and Michael, I don't know the last name of Michael, I need to get it. I just say the other Michael. Michael, what's your last name? Tafara. Okay, I won't forget that. It means to be happy in my language, so I won't forget that. And if you're Carol, and did I miss anybody? Yes. Ooh. Yes. And I want to thank Pastor Nai for making the brochure that we were inviting people. We thank you very much for doing that for us. And I want to thank Byron and all the white folk. I joke around with them. They're my friends. They're very supportive. And what is the end of the matter? We are here. Baby step number 1. Let's make sure our guy here, so I can say our guy here, we go a long way. Honorable Jason Luan.
I like my guy.
Yes, let's make sure we do what we can. People that are in the community, spread the word. Let's go out. Let's vote for him. Let's make sure he wins so that we get access to that 300 million, right? And more. But this is short term. In the long term, here's the deal. I want to be sitting next to somebody who looks like me.
Yes, absolutely. And there are 4 candidates there.
Yes, I see it there. How do we get there? Let's come, let's volunteer, let's learn from somebody who is there. And we want to run with this again. It might be too ambitious, but we want to do this in every constituency. Let's be strategic. Let's identify the ministers or the current MLAs that we want to target next, so that we can impact. Because if Minister Luan wins alone, the NDP comes. We need at least 5 more, just by the states, 5 more constituencies in Calgary here, so that we can retain the current leadership. And this is short term. Long term, at the risk of repeating myself, I want to see more people like me in the positions of power. I want to see more people like me in business. I want to see more people like Masha here getting support in the mental health delivery without worrying about sources of income. I want to see more kids prospering in the business arena, in the political arena, in the sports arena, in any space in this country. How do we get there? Let's work together. Thank you very much again.